Welcome back to the Cord Cutting Today show, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, what is the best free ad-supported streaming service out there? We asked you, and now we have the answer. We're going to break that all down for you in a quick second. Disney Plus is adding more live channels, or I should say maybe rotating some in and out. We'll tell you what's happening with those and where they went. We had that question pop up a lot. And 2 more MSNBC anchors are being asked to take pay cuts, reportedly. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First, though, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, make sure to check out the show notes, and in the first pinned comment, I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. With that said, let's dive into it. All right. Our Cordy Awards are kicking off. Now, our Cordy Awards are our yearly awards where we break down some of the best streaming services and devices out there in the world of cord cutting based on what you, our readers and viewers, have told us. Starting off with the first category, and make sure to check out CordCuttersNews.com for a whole lot more of these coming up all week and leading up into the new year. But the first category was, what is the best free ad-supported streaming service? And the results were kind of interesting. Now, once again, Pluto TV has been awarded as the best streaming service on the market. Not a surprise, but what's surprising is how close the others are with this. Overall, Pluto TV took in 30.3% of the vote. Not bad. Tubi came in second at 28.3%, not too far back, followed by the Roku Channel at 21.4%, a little bit farther behind. Interestingly, all other streaming services, well, Freevee did still pull in about 5%, 5.4%, but all others after that came in at 2% or less. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. The reality of this is they're all really good, and maybe a personal opinion. You know, Pluto TV definitely has more Paramount content than others, and a nice user interface. Some people say maybe that's what they want. I have noticed increasingly a lot of people that like the on-demand rather than those live channels you see, and they're just looking for a good selection on demand, have been gravitating to Tubi. Tubi definitely has live channels, but puts the on-demand stuff up front first, where Pluto's kind of the other way around. They really push the live stuff to you, and the on-demand is still there if you look for it. The Roku Channel has been increasingly growing in its market share recently, with more and more original content coming to the Roku Channel. So it doesn't surprise me at all to see that jump up there to third place. I thought it would actually be a little closer to Tubi and Pluto TV, but it's still pretty high. What did amaze me is how far everything else was back. It's really kind of becoming a three-way race right now between Pluto TV, Tubi, and the Roku Channel for the largest one, with all the others at 5 or less. Freebies being merged into Amazon Prime Video. I know some people I'm getting these comments, oh, well, it's still working for me. Yeah, they haven't said exactly when they're shutting down Freebie. They said in the next few weeks it will be. I would be surprised if it's still working in the middle or late January, but it could be. But already in some, they're being merged into Amazon Prime Video with this. So question for you, what one do you prefer? What is the best free ad-supported streaming service to you? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, next story up. The Disney Plus app has added more live channels. Now, these are live 24/7 streams. You're not going to get the Disney Channel, for example, but you do get a Disney Playtime channel, which is 24/7 Disney Junior content with it. Well, there's several new ones, including a holiday movie channel and a classic Disney channel. These are airing for the classic holiday movie channel, things like Home Alone and other great Disney-owned movies. Now, a lot of people said, well, what happened? Where did the 24/7 live channels go? You have to scroll down pretty far on the home screen. Just keep going. It'll eventually pop up on the home screen. They've really moved it down. And honestly, they don't have that many channels. For every new channel it seems they add, they take away some. Now, a few of the ones are still there, like the Disney, I think it's called the Playhouse channel, which is a bunch of Disney Junior content. They all have ABC News 24/7 streaming in there and others, but then they seem to be rotating a few others. Keep a close eye on this, but have you used the Disney Plus app for their live channels? These are just 24/7 feeds of Disney Plus programming, but in a laid-back way. You know, if you have some kids and, okay, I'm a parent, I get it. You're going to turn on the TV for a few minutes because you got to pay the bills, make a phone call, run the dishwasher, something you just need your 3-year-old to be distracted for 30 minutes, hopefully, and you don't care what comes on. These channels are pretty awesome for that. Check it out. Link in the show notes down below if you want to learn more about those channels. But again, keep scrolling on the home screen to find them. All right, 2 more MSNBC anchors in our next story have been asked to take pay cuts, according to reports. First of all, I see people saying, why are we talking about this stuff so often? This is a huge, huge red flag for the future of cable networks. News has always been seen as one of the more safe channels, but increasingly we've seen ratings plummet and anchors being asked to take payroll cuts. This comes as ad revenue is plummeting across the industry as a whole, not just on cable news channels, but in all channels. Increasingly, advertisers are taking their content elsewhere. The Anchor came out with this. It says 2 more, Reed and Ruhle, R-U-H-L-E, dyslexic moment, not sure how to pronounce that, were both asked to take pay cuts. This comes as several other anchors have reportedly taken pay cuts or left the network. Huge, huge red flag for the future of cable industries. Pay attention to what's happening in news. If news and sports are struggling, you know all the other channels are heavily struggling. Keep a close eye on what's happening over here. I think it's going to have a huge negative impact on the future of cord cutting. Cable news and the future of cord cutting. Leave me a comment, let me know. Do you watch cable news? You may find me talking a lot about it right now because it's a hot topic, as suddenly the ratings for these networks have plummeted in an unexpected way, leading to bigger than expected cuts. And the ad apocalypse for cable networks, as I've been starting to call it, has been taking a big chunk out of these cable networks, as what was once very profitable ad revenue has plummeted in a post-election year world. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of that. But I would love to hear from you. Next up, Netflix scores another Warner Bros. Discovery movie. This time, the Barbie movie is now streaming on Netflix. Now, this is not an exclusive deal. It's still streaming on Max. You don't need to leave Max to get the movie. But this is an example of Max trying to use its catalog to bring in more revenue by making the Barbie movie available on Netflix. A lot sooner than I honestly would have expected. Keep a close eye on this. Warner Bros. Discovery has been putting more and more of its content in other places in order to try to grow revenue. I would love to have seen the deal that Netflix signed to get the Barbie movie, even with it being non-exclusive, meaning that it's not only on Netflix, it can be on other streaming services. Be interested to see if it comes to others. Is Warner Bros. Discovery going to license this to everybody? Or is it just going to be Netflix and Max? Increasingly, Netflix has kind of been winning the streaming wars between some of these services. For a long time, people said, oh, Disney Plus, Max, and all these others are going to bury Netflix. Well, Netflix is still doing pretty darn well when these other services are struggling, and that has left companies like Warner Bros. Discovery to put some of their best content on Netflix, sometimes at the detriment of their own streaming service, because they want Netflix to give them some money. Be interested to see how that plays out. But anybody a fan of the Barbie movie? Worth checking out? Leave me a comment, let me know. I have a confession. I haven't seen it yet. Worth it? Not worth it? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, Hallmark Plus, the streaming service from the Hallmark Channel, is announcing some big changes coming. And it says it will be streaming new Hallmark Channel movies next day in 2025 for Christmas. Now, if you have anybody who loves the Hallmark Channel, you know this time of year, the Hallmark Christmas movies is a massive event on the Hallmark Channel with tons of new movies streaming. Okay, a lot of them seem to have the same plot, just slightly different storylines, but Hallmark has always held these very closely to help protect the cable networks. Well, yes, they had a subscription service. You were often getting last year's movies, not this year's. Well, now they've announced that the Hallmark Plus subscription streaming service in 2025 will start to air that year's Christmas movies the next day. So we'll keep a close eye on that. What does that mean? It does seem like Hallmark recently updated a lot of its contracts with cable networks. Probably part of the deal there. But leave me a comment. Let me know, are you a fan of the Hallmark movies? Do you know somebody who does? I sure do. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's it. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve in the United States. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy whatever you may celebrate. I apologize if I missed anything there. I really do appreciate everybody's support. I'll be back tomorrow with another cord cutting today. Got a special for Christmas Day, and then we'll be back right after Christmas with more videos. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.